was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. And now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And what do we say together? Let's stand up and sing. And this is what you have to say. I release, and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Repeat that with me. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for. One more time. Yes, I'm only here for God. Welcome, everyone. You might want to sit down and get ready for a more meditative, quiet song we can sing together. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. So what is your heart song? Your individual heart that connects to the collective heart. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. Just take a big inhale together. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Sing a couple more times. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake I will never forsake you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you.
Thank you, Heather. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Steve Van Meter, your senior minister, and it's my honor and privilege to welcome you here this morning. Why don't we turn the lights all the way up so I can see everybody? Yeah, all the way up. There we are. Well, I want to just thank you for making this your spiritual destination for this morning. I know you have a lot of places you could have ended up this morning, but you landed here. This is the place to be. I have a wonderful talk planned for you and some wonderful music and a wonderful service. And I'm just grateful that you're here. And being here, I invite you to recite our vision mission statement, if you feel so inclined, that says, we are an open, loving, spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual principles. So again, welcome home. We've been expecting you. Thank you for not disappointing us. And I have some quick announcements. The Board of Trustees is having our community forum, and this is on April 26th, directly after service from like 12 o'clock. Come and the board will be sitting up here. We're going to go over a couple things that we're doing coming up this summer, and we'd love to have your input if you'd like to give us some constructive criticism or some ideas, or just chat about how lovely this center is. We'd love to hear from you. We like to open it up to our congregation. There's also a place in the back if you want to be anonymous and fill something out and put it in the suggestion box. We'd love to hear from you. All suggestions are read, maybe not incorporated, but but no, we do want to hear from you. So please, or just take me aside and let me know if there's something going on. Karaoke night, Get Your Groove On, hosted by Scott, the lead singer from the Full Moon Project, the band that I'm in. This is our new flyer. It's a 1970s get your groove on type thing, but there'll be songs from all over, so you don't have to be 1970s. We're just having a theme. And there's a little sign-up sheet in the back if you're so inclined, or you can just show up. It's a $10 to $15 suggested donation. It is a fundraiser. It is May 1st from 6 to 8 p.m. It's just a couple hours. And we're just going to come and sing our hearts out and just have some time together. So check that out. And any of these announcements are on your e-news, or also I'm going to put them on the bulletin board over here if you'd like more information. Let's see. The next one is our ongoing events. Our metaphysical book study is in our LEC building from 9 to 9:45, and we're studying the book, The Four Spiritual Laws of Prosperity by Edwene Gaines, a Unity minister. And it's so cool. She is a dynamite stuff. She is really on it. And after that, we have a meditation group that meets. If you'd like to come and just meditate with us, one of our practitioners is over there from 9:50 to 10:05. And then we're back over here. So please, forever in our hearts, remembering Sherry Davis, one of our long-term practitioners, has made her transition, and Howard, her husband, is having a service at the Hope Presbyterian Church at 515 Broadway Street in Rogue River. It's at, I believe, 2 p.m., and there's more information on the bulletin board if you'd like to go to that service. Today, at 1:30, is the Salada spring workshop series, Angel Food and Aftercare. It's, I think, $20, but it's very interesting information about your life after you make your transition. It's actually about aftercare. So please come and support that if you feel so inclined. And finally, our Asilomar workshop is coming up. Connection, Compassion, and Creativity. It's July 26th through the 31st at Asilomar, which is in Pacific Grove. I think this is my 36th year to go to this conference, and I am presenting at this conference on my new book that will be released. The official release date is December 6th, but I'm doing a pre-release that will be coming out in the next few months. So, very exciting. Yeah, it's my first book. Woo-hoo. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how you like it after you read it. But no, it's really good stuff. It's about my experience having lessons with Randy Rhodes and the spiritual lessons he taught me outside of the base lessons. And that does it for our announcements for today. We have some flowers. Who brought the flowers today? Oh, Deborah Perdue. Thank you, Deborah. Let's hear it for Deborah for the flowers. And is anybody here from the first time? I think we have a couple people. Hi. We're just going to bring you a little welcome packet. We're glad that you made this your spiritual destination for the morning. And if you have any questions, you can see us after the service. We're just glad you're here. Blessings. And anybody have a cell phone I can borrow? Turn that thing on vibrate. Come on. What are you doing? Somebody going to call you? Well, if you have to take it outside. And now we are going to stand up and greet each other quickly, and then we're going to get into our song, We Are One. Thanks for being here this morning.
Sing together, we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come. Time. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come.
Welcome to the Grants Path Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Paula Peterson, and it is my honor to be your podium practitioner today. Please join me in reading the gratitude on the screen. Within my inner silence, I am so grateful to hear the voice of truth. Today, our table practitioner is the lovely Jamaica, holding the high watch for us all. So it is her job to hold us all in prayer, us that are currently here and then on the internet, hold us all in prayer, knowing the highest and best for all of us during the service. If you would like prayer afterwards, you may see Jamaica, and she will direct you to one of the practitioners that are here, or she will pray with you herself. So if you are a practitioner and are able to pray with someone after the service, please raise your hands. There's many of us today. Yay! You'll find yellow prayer requests on the seat back in front of you. Please fill those out if you would like for the practitioners to pray with and for you for this next week. And you may put that yellow form either in the basket when it comes by or in the box in the back on the practitioner table. You may also put in a prayer request online at grantspasscsl.org. So now let us read the prayer together on the screen. The practice of becoming invites me to listen beyond the world, becoming aware of what keeps me from truly hearing life. Silence is precious. So now please remain seated as we sing, I Am Loved. Thank you, Heather. Now I will do a short invocation, followed by a moment of silence. So settling into that place of the Most High, the place of peace and calm and quiet, breathing into the space of all there is, knowing that God is omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent. I claim that we are one with this holy power, this holy presence. We are made of the God spark of creativity, of intelligence, and of this we are fully aware. I claim for this time and space perfection in the service and the music and the prayers. That each of us here comes with an open heart and an open mind to receive the blessings of this hour. That we allow the message of silence to inform us and teach us. I now release my word into the law with great joy, knowing that it is already begun, it is already manifested, and it is already being answered. And I release my word into law, And together we say, and so it is. And now we'll have a moment of silence. And as we come back into this room, we will enjoy some beautiful music with Heather and then Reverend Steve's talk. Thank you so much.
This song of mine came to mind when I heard the message of the talk, Listening Beyond the World and Listening Within. I call it Two Rivers. And the two rivers are kind of like the 3D and the 5D, right? What we see, the material, and then what we feel that maybe we're not seeing with our physical eyes, but is so, so real. And learning how to weave those together, right? Remembering the other world and this world, and even beyond that, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, right? So I hope you enjoy this. Two Rivers. Started with a feeling that something wasn't true. Those mountain rivers rushing begin with morning dew. How'd I come to this place? It doesn't feel like home. The whispering of heaven, the shadow of a stone. I hear a tale of a city, Two Rivers is its name. One river wanders so pretty to the sea and through the glade. The other river more secret, rough and less serene. The two weave together beyond what is seen. Can you feel the flow of those rivers moving through your veins? Do you move with what is seen, or to a more internal beat? Can you feel the flow of those rivers in the sun and through the rain? Remember the eternal flame. I know that I am small, but part of something big. There's a limb for every atom and a tree for every stick. It's time now to remember that ocean in our bones. Each river has its own shape, but they go to the same home. I hear a tale of a city, Two Rivers is its name. One river wanders so pretty to the sea and through the glade. The other river more secret, rough and less serene. The two weave together beyond what is seen. Do you feel the flow of those rivers moving through your veins? Do you move with what is seen, or to a more internal beat? Can we feel the flow of those rivers in the sun and through the rain? Remember the
Thank you, Heather. Let's hear it for Heather. Heather Hutton. Take this one. Well, good morning. Just this. All right. Well, it's been an interesting week. A lot going on in the world, but we'll leave that to the world. The practice of becoming is our monthly theme, and today my talk is listening beyond the noise of the world. Boy, there's a lot of noise out there, isn't there? It's very interesting right now. We picked a really interesting time to manifest, didn't we? Remember, you chose this. You chose to be present. You know why we chose this? Is because we're the people that can hold the light. Because we knew this was going to be a speed bump in our becoming. And we knew we were the right people at the right place at the right time to stay focused on what we do want. And it's a very exciting time, challenging, but at the same time, very rewarding in what's happening, because something powerfully positive is emerging through all this static. So, are you willing to stay in the silence and let down your defenses and surrender to the healing whisper that is calling you forward? What if silence were the doorway to a more authentic life in the practice of becoming? This week we explore how stillness and quiet open us to deeper listening. Are you willing to stay in the silence, let go of your defenses, and surrender to the healing whisper of truth? Be still and know. Can you be still and know? Well, I need to give you an update on my dog, Luna. Last week I shared that I had a diagnosis that she was bit by a tick at some point several months ago. And her fur is so thick, I mean, good luck knowing when or where or how. But she now has a condition called Lyme nephritis, and she's lost 75% of her kidney function. So we have her on a special diet, and I mean, she doesn't know that she has it. We've had to do certain things in the house to mitigate her. You know, she's having some challenges with continence and stuff, and you know, we have her on a diaper at night. But she's getting better. She hasn't needed the diaper in several days, which is really great. Yeah. But I had a situation, and I want to share this with you. I have to read it because I get too emotional when I try to speak about it. I wanted to share that what happened to Luna and me at the dog park on Wednesday. I was with all three of my large dogs, and we were in the dog park. And while we were there, Luna was suddenly and viciously attacked. It happened very quickly and without any clear warning, and I immediately stepped in to separate them and protect her. And in the process, I was bitten as well. Luna sustained injuries from the attack and needed medical attention, and she has since been treated and is now home with us and sedated and resting comfortably. She was bitten in the head and on the back leg. I was just nicked and scratched, but I did get the dogs apart. And Luna didn't even try to defend herself. She was just crying and trying to get away from this dog. And we're focusing now on her healing. And the other dog owner has come forward and has taken full responsibility. And this wasn't the first time that this dog has done something like this, so they're considering putting the dog down, which breaks my heart. I mean, you're trying to do something positive and something challenging comes from it. It's just part of the experience that we're trying to take it all in. So that's how my week has been. It was an incredible experience to have her at the vet and waiting. I mean, I almost drove over there and sat in the parking lot, waiting for your loved one. But she snapped right back. She's not limping anymore, and she's in really good spirits. But we're dealing with a couple things here, and it's really taxed me. So I want to ask for you to pray. I'm just asking for you to know the highest and best in this situation, and that she is spiritual energy healing and manifesting that energy. But this was a timely talk for me to write, in that I had to be still and know. And when you're in flight or fight or flight mode, I mean, I was trying to protect my little girl here, and she was scared. And now I can tell when she's dreaming at home, she's running from this other dog. So, and I'm having nightmares, I mean, it affects you, but there's something to be known here. There's something great to be known here. Within us lies a stillness that transcends the muting of external and internal noise. And it is in alignment with our higher true self. When I tried to get silent at first, when I was first in this teaching, because I'm not a meditator, I and, I have to have like guided meditations. I go onto the interweb and type in like Abraham Hicks has got some great meditations. They're like 15 minutes long. That's about all I can do. I like to do walking meditations. I like to be out in nature where the stillness is the birds and the wind through the trees and hearing my feet walking on the ground is my meditation. This something goes greater than beyond our thoughts, expectations, and ideas. The practice of becoming invites us to listen beyond the world's noise, becoming aware of what really keeps us centered, which is our connection to the divine. And how do you know if you have that connection? Are you breathing? Your breath is the divine connection. And when we can move our conscious thought from whatever the challenge is to our breath and breathing, we have slipped into our connection with the divine. And it's that simple. Just imagine the breath coming out of your nose and into your mouth, or however you comfortably do it is your business. But when we can think about that rather than the challenge, we have done our job. Sometimes that's all we can do. And this week, that was all I could do was, you know how your mind is so creative that it thinks of every eventuality, negative or positive? But that is our choice point, to think of positive things and to put that gap and that space into where we used to have that stinking thinking into neutral. Throw it in neutral and coast. Because in that coasting is where the divine can saturate you with positivity. It teaches us that silence can be an active teacher.
and that the inner stillness helps us discern the truth. Mark Nepo wrote in his book, The Endless Practice, Becoming Who You Were Born to Be, on page 50. Our very life is the ground of practice by which we struggle to unlock the gate and let life in. It is the murmur of life that fills us with another chance, and little by little, it's the courage to assume our full stature one more time that enables us to do the heart work that always makes us come alive. It's the turn from hiding to giving that releases heaven on earth. It's the turn from hiding to giving that releases heaven on earth. Mark Nepo, The Endless Practice, Becoming Who You Were Born to Be. Man. Ernest Holmes wrote in Science of Mind, we are surrounded by all sorts of vibrations, and if we wish to catch any of them distinctively, we must tune in. What keeps us from truly listening to life? What is distracting you from your connection? And boy, there are countless distractions right now. The world is trying to get us to see things differently. But we must practice our teaching and go within. Today, we live in a whirlwind of distractions. The social media, outside opinions, and the endless news of the world. News of the world. Really great Queen album from the 1970s. Into that sort of thing. Often our thoughts are in motion. We're always thinking about something, aren't we? If I was to ask you to stop thinking right now, just stop your thinking. You're thinking about trying to stop your thinking right now. Because we're always thinking, just like you can't not breathe. You can't not think. But we have choice on what we believe. When we believe in love and that there is healing, that's what we attract. If energy flows where our attention goes, and our attention is on what we don't want, the universe always says, yes, let me show you more of what you don't want. So when we, in that moment, can flip our mind. And there's the rub, right? Just change your mind. It's a simple idea, but not easy to implement sometimes. For me, my default was always, how bad can it get? And I've changed that filter to how good can it get? What is the blessing in this? And Luna is getting stronger and stronger every day. She is healing. And, I have a little ramp for my car for one of my other elderly dogs, Cooper. And she don't want to use the ramp. She wants to jump up in the back of my car, That girl. Often our thoughts are in motion. And this unending mental flow, fueled by fear and hurry and the illusion of separation, prevents us from listening beyond that noise. That's why it's so important to take time, to set aside a practice for being still and knowing that you are it. You are the power. Now, you're not all the power, but all the power that is you. Every cell of our being is the divine outpicturing itself. It can be no other way. This is the truth in all spiritual teaching, oneness. There is one power, and we are not separated from it. So challenges shut the door to the quiet voice of Spirit, which is always guiding us from the center of our being. True listening requires us to quiet the intellect and enter the inner sanctuary where divine intelligence resides. You know, I seem to get right up to the door, and then some thought will take me away. Like, it almost knows that I'm so close to being there and wants to remind me of some thing I haven't done, or I haven't, balanced my checkbook this week, or the dishes are not in the dishwasher, or you know how much laundry you have to do? Isn't it interesting that right when we go to be still and know, everything unlike that comes up to remind us of why we can't? I mean, as we know, be still and know. When we align our attention with the divine mind and spirit, we begin to hear with our heart, perceiving the eternal truth that has always been present, waiting to be recognized. You see, silence is an active teacher. Can you be still? Can you be silent? One of my teachers said, okay, Steve, for the next week, you're not going to complain about anything. You're not going to talk to anybody. And when thoughts of negativity enter your mind, you're going to say no and think of something positive. I realized during that week that I was a total complainer. I had an opinion about everybody, and I knew for them what they should be doing in their life. And I figured it all out. I figured it all out for them because they apparently don't understand the connection. And I had to stop saying those things in my mind. And I realized I had nothing to talk about. I had nothing to say. I was like, the old, your parents told you, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Well, I was very silent for a couple weeks because I realized that I was a complainer. That was my thing, was to find out what the problem was and talk it up because it was easy. And I realized that my default was, at the time, to what was the negative. That was just the way I was, for whatever reason, set up. And it took a lot of work to change that default. But now, I love this teaching because it keeps you present. Now I go, how good can it get? Where's the blessing in this? Where's the blessing? Where are the helpers in this situation? Where's the miracle? I know there's a miracle. Every challenge brings a miracle with it. Where's the miracle? What's the miracle? Silence is your active teacher. Silence carries us beyond the mental, emotional noise into the soul's deeper listening. It becomes the very sanctuary of our consciousness, free from distractions or remarks or the masks we wear, a sacred space where only presence is felt. Practice the presence of the awareness of source energy. We have in our teaching these wonderfully conscious people called practitioners. What are they practicing? The awareness of the creative energy that flows through everything. And when you can do that 100%, you will ascend, my friend. I think we all live just a little bit under that awareness. Because we're still here, right? There's something else to be known. There's something else that we need to assist with. There's a job for us to do, and that's to know the light. We are the light keepers. We are the star seeds of this positive energy. Here, intuition, divine guidance, and deep inner wisdom emerge. And we're witnessing that emergence right now. We are witnessing the ascension growing pains of the world. Silence teaches us to be present, to observe without interference or judgment, and to feel without that judgment. Can you just, instead of putting a label on something, just say, isn't that interesting? It's hard. You see something that's challenging in the world, you go, that's bad. Or, oh, that's really good. What if we can say that's very interesting? Interesting. In that space of stillness, the mind quiets itself. The heart expands and the soul speaks to you. Many spiritual traditions recognize the power of this silence as the pathway to inner truth. Now, like I said, I have a challenge quieting my mind. So sometimes all I can do is look at a flower and just love its beauty. Just looking at it. And while you're doing that, you're not thinking about all those other things, if your tires have the right pressure, when was the last time you had your oil changed, oh, did I get my taxes done on time? All the things. My mind is so creative. But I give it new things to challenge myself. What's the best that it could be? What does prosperity really feel like? What if I could do whatever I wanted to do and there was no limit to my ability to finance my projects? Wow. It's a whole different mindset. But see, you're playing in a different field at that point. You're expanding your consciousness to a place of potential. And when you do that, the universe says, yes, let me show you all these different miraculous energies of healing, of abundance, of divine right action. Now, does this mean you're not going to go to the dog park and be attacked? No. It means stuff happens. But how we handle the stuff that happens to us is where we can make the difference. Where we can bless a situation for the wisdom that it's brought us, rather than cursing it for the challenges that we're going through. Which is challenging itself, isn't it? Boy, I wanted to give that dog owner a piece of my mind. And I did in my mind. Let me tell you. But at the same time, I have to know that he did what he could in the moment he did not know. He was an elderly man who has only had this dog a few months and did not know that it would do this. And they're learning something in the process too. So practicing silence helps us release the condition and recognize inner patterns and open us to higher guidance. In this way, silence is not a passive thing, but a dynamic teacher that reveals who we truly are, which can be revealing when you realize that you're a very impatient and opinionated and powerful creator. And if you have those things, you can change the filter by just recognizing, okay, I can be negative sometimes, but I can also be as positive. And the work is to become more positive in the moment. When something comes up that you go, God bless that. And in that twinkling of an eye, you can change your mind. It's just like if you were driving into the alleyway here in your car and somebody was walking on the sidewalk and you stopped to let that person go by and the person behind you, me, and you're like, hey, there are people walking here. And then you notice it's a friend of yours and they're going, hi, I was just saying hi. And you're like, oh, hi. In that moment, you went from cursing to blessing because their intent was not, you thought it was one thing and they meant it in a different way. But in the twinkling of an eye, you said, oh, I love you too. And you let the person pass and you went and parked your car and you didn't think another thing about it. But you had a spiritual experience and an education right there on how quickly we can change our mind. You ever seen a hound dog on the scent of something? They are so incredible. They get on a scent and they're like, you can't even catch them. They're on it. You ever seen them when they lose the scent? They're sniffing her everywhere around and then they pick it up again and they're off. They didn't have to go to a workshop. They didn't have to read a book. They didn't have to have a session with their minister and their practitioner. They didn't do a spreadsheet. They just went in the direction of their nose. And we can learn something from that, can't we? I mean, they have these long snouts with all these wonderful nerves and smells in there. They can smell something a long distance away or hear something. It's so funny. We'll be sitting in the house and Cooper, his ears will start moving and he's running outside barking and there's a deer up on the hill. I'm like, how did he hear that deer up on the hill? But they're trained. This is their thing. This is what dogs do. I just love dogs. Okay. In this way, silence is not passive, but that dynamic teacher that reveals who we are. A gentleman by Gordon Hempton said, silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of everything. Wow. Inner stillness helps us discern the truth. Stillness, distinct from silence, is a state of being. Inner stillness allows us to access a level of clarity that exists beyond the conditioned thought. That is where miracles happen. That is where the healing happens. That is where that mustard seed of faith, of belief, grows into a bushel of healing and understanding. When we learn to be at peace with ourselves, mental noise automatically calms. And any overwhelming emotions are released. And we have the power to begin to dissolve our hurts, our fears, and our misunderstandings. From this serene place, a clear perception arises, one not filtered by fear or egoic desire. From here, we can recognize what is real, authentic, and aligned with our essential being. In this serenity, our intuition can grow, judgments soften, and the soul's natural wisdom finds room to express itself. Ah, man, I could live there right now, boy. Let me tell you. With all that's going on in my life and the world, I just want to take a nap. I want to check out. I wanted to overindulge in some things that would numb me. because I didn't want to face it. And going down that path, I'm like, okay, now I'm numb and I have all these problems and I can't think clearly about it. No, I need to keep my eyes clear, my brain unfogged. I want to feel it. I want to feel it so I can get through it. When I numb myself, I prolong that pain. Is this easy? No. But we're spiritual truth seekers here. We know how to do this. It means making those calls. It means calling that guy who owns that dog and saying, hey, how are we going to handle this together? How are we going to walk through this? And it makes a difference how we do that. I could have given him a piece of my mind. And it was not a good piece. It was not a piece of mind. It was a piece of my mind. But in our discussion, he got to tell me about his dog. And that he had got it off of some elderly people who didn't tell him the full story. And, now we know the full story. And we can move into healing this situation in a way that will make sense to it. So when we learn to be at peace with ourselves, the mental noise automatically calms itself. So, in conclusion, the practice of becoming begins by listening beyond the noise that surrounds us in the world. This week's invitation is to listen, not with our physical ears, but with the ears of our soul. Step into your silence and find what stillness within is waiting to reveal your divinity. We truly are becoming love. So let's move into a prayer now. So I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or take a soft focus on the flowers. But let's remember who we are together right now. There is a spiritual energy that is always on. It is always manifesting form and releasing form back into itself. And each one of us is unified as that field of opportunity all the time. Truly, there is only one of us here, expressing as the countless life forms that express itself as life itself. I know that miraculous energy is happening right here and right now in each one of our lives. And as we turn our attention to that miraculous energy, it is now activated. Behind the scenes, something powerfully wonderful is blossoming. I know that Luna is a divine idea in the mind of God, and her healing is happening right now. I may not know what you're working through right now, but I know that Source Energy, God, Christ Consciousness, Great Spirit, whatever you want to call it, knows exactly what's going on in each one of our lives. And as such, has put those interesting perspectives in our lives so that we may move into a new experience of ourselves. That's why we're here. As we make the jump from 3D to 5D, as we ascend in consciousness together, a new transformative experience is happening in this world of form. Old ways of being are being released, being recycled back into the nothingness from which they came, and a new emergence of truth and divine healing and divine right action is available, and not only available, but is being activated by our conscious awareness of it. And as such, miracles are happening. Healing is happening because love is happening. I am so grateful. I'm grateful for that love that heals all challenges, makes all things new, brings new information to every situation for the divine healing that it is calling forth. So I'm grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, divine loving essence of all that is, for already revealing to each one of us in our own particular way what is needed for us to move forward. And in that we let go. We completely release anything that may have previously blocked our inner flow so that we may emerge resplendent into this new energy with love, light, and healing joy. As we affirm this together by saying, and so it is. Amen. Well, it's time for our prosperity affirmation. So I invite you to put your hand on your heart and let's recite it together. Because I give of my time, energy, and money, I am in the flow of inexhaustible substance. I'm so thankful. And so it is. Heather?
We're going to bring a little bit of the East into this and do some Sanskrit. Really beautiful prayer, Loka Samasta, with a Shruti box. May all beings be happy, free, and peaceful. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings in all the world be free and happy and at peace right now. May all beings in all the world be free and happy and at peace right now. Loka Samasta. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Again. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings in all the world, be free and happy, and at peace right now. May all beings in all the world be free and happy and at peace right now. Namaste, blessed be. And so it is.
Heather, let's say a prayer for our offertory this morning. From the love of pure spiritual energy, these tithes and gifts have been collected. They are evidence of our faith, our belief, and our ability to manifest in this world of form. They do good work in this world by blessing the giver and the receiver. And in the process, they allow the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, to be open and available to those who are choosing to remember who they are And for those who may not even know it yet, and for that, this entire community, this city, this state, this country, this world, this universe is blessed with powerful, positive, thriving, healing, peaceful energy right here and right now. And for this, we are all blessed. So it is. Amen. Okay, it's time for our closing song. Let's stand up and sing, shall we?
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joy as well. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now for our benediction. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening right now. It's happening in my mind. It's happening in my body. It's happening in the body of my affairs. I think it. I feel it. And I know it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Have the most awesome week possible. God bless. So it is.